And I was just getting ready to do that. And happy Sabbath, everyone. Welcome to Word Redeux 122. Howdy, Landon. Howdy, Kelly.
Good morning.
Is everybody having a good week?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Was at a funeral yesterday.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yep.
I'll talk to you about that later. All right. So today we are continuing on in the book of 1 Samuel with chapters 9 and 10. And I'm thinking maybe if more people want to read, man, I'd like to start doing it like we did at the beginning, where everybody gets a chapter so we can burn through it. I would like to catch up. Yeah. Anyways, but we'll see what happens. Don't forget, if you don't have a physical Bible, you can go to kingjamesbibleonline.org. You can go to blueletterbible.org. You can go to esword.net. You can go to biblehub.com. And they got audio Bibles at biblestudytools.com. Don't forget, Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, be not partaker of her sins, that you partake not in her plagues." Go to c2kreport.com. Sign up for the free classes to find out how to get out of that. Okay. Anything else we need to tell everybody about? Trust God, man. Yeah. It's only getting worse from here. All right. Let's go ahead and pray in, and then we'll get rolling. Father, thank you very much for giving us this time to come together so that we can study your written word that's been left to us. We ask you to pour out your spirit of knowledge and understanding and discernment on the message we get today that we cover. And we would ask you to send your comforter, your Holy Spirit, to people that are suffering loss right now, and also ask you to send healing to people that are suffering issues with blood clots right now, and would ask you to get that resolved in a safe and restorative manner. And we thank you for that. Ask your blessing on everybody that's here now and in the future. And, well, just thank you. Thank you for today, and thank you for this time together. Bless you in Jesus Yeshua's name. Amen. Okay, where were we?
Ready?
You ready? Okay, hang on. I got to get ready. Wait, what do we got to do? Oh, yeah, present arms. All right. Hey, this ain't boot camp, man. Actually, it kind of is boot camp, isn't it? All right, ready when you are.
Now there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, the son of Abel, the son of Zeror, the son of Bacharath, the son of Aphiah, a Benjaminite, a mighty man of power. And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man, and a goodly. And there was not among the children of Israel goodlier person than he. From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people. And the asses of Kish, Saul's father, were lost. And Kish said to Saul, his son, "Take now one of the servants with thee, and arise, go seek the asses." And he passed through Mount Ephraim and passed through the land of Shalisha, but they found them not. Then they passed through the land of Shalim, and there they were not. And he passed through the land of Benjamites, but they found them not. And when they were come to the land of Zeph, Saul said to his servant that was with him, "Come and let us return, lest my father leave caring for the asses, and take thought for us." And he said unto him, "Behold, now there is in the city a man of God, and he is an honorable man. All that he saith comes surely to pass. Now let us go thither. Peradventure he can shew us our way that we should go." Then said Saul to the servant, "But behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring to the man of God. What have we?" And the servant answered Saul again and said, "Behold, I have here at hand the fourth part of shekel of silver, that will give to the man of God to tell us our way." Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, "Came and let us go to the seer." For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. Then said Saul to the servant, "Well said, come, let us go." So they went into the city where the man of God was. And as they went up the hill to the city, they found young maidens going out to draw water, and said unto them, "Is the seer here?" And they answered them and said, He is. Behold, he is before you. Make haste now, for he came today to the city, for there is a sacrifice of the people today in the high place. As soon as ye be come into the city, ye shall straightway find him before he go up to the high place to eat. For the people will not eat until he come, because he doth bless the sacrifice. And afterwards they eat that be bidden. Now therefore get you up, for about this time ye shall find him. And they went up into the city, and when they were come into the city, behold, Samuel came out again against them, for to go up to the high place. Now the Lord had told Samuel in his ear a day before Saul came, saying, "Tomorrow about this time I will send the man out of the land of the Benjamin, and thou shalt anoint him to be captain over my people of Israel, that he may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines. For I have looked upon my people, because their cry is come unto me." When Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, "Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, the same shall reign over my people." Then Saul drew near Samuel in gate and said, "Tell me, I pray thee, where the seer's house is."
And as for thine asses that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found. And on whom is all the desire of Israel? Is it not on thee and on all thy father's house? And Saul answered and said, Am I not a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes of Israel? And my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin. Wherefore then speakest thou so to me? And Samuel took Saul and his servant and brought them into the parlor and made them sit in the chiefest place among them that were bidden, which were about 30 persons. And Samuel said unto the cook, Bring the portion which I gave thee, of which I said unto thee, Set it by thee. And the cook took up the shoulder and that which was upon it, and set it before Saul. And Samuel, let's see here. And Samuel said, Behold, that which is left. Set it before thee, and eat, for unto this time hath it been kept for thee, since I said, I have invited the people. And so Saul did eat with Samuel that day. Okay, I'm having a problem here with my computer. That. Landon, can you take over for a bit? Por favor. Verse 25. But you got to be unmuted.
Yeah, you're right. You didn't hear any of that. And when they came down from the high place into the city, a bed was spread for Saul on the roof, and he lay down to sleep. Then at the break of dawn, Samuel called to Saul on the roof, Up, that I may send you on your way. So Saul arose, and both he and Samuel went out into the street. As they were going down to the outskirts of the city, Samuel said to Saul, Tell the servant to pass on before us, and when he has passed on, stop here yourself for a while, that I may make known to you the word of God. Chapter 10. Then Samuel took a flask of oil and poured it on his head and kissed him and said, Has not the Lord anointed you to be prince over his people Israel? And you shall reign over the people of the Lord, and you will save them from the hand of their surrounding enemies. And this shall be the sign to you that the Lord has anointed you to be prince over his heritage. When you depart from me today, you will meet two men by Rachel's tomb in the territory of Benjamin at Zelzah. And they will say to you, The donkeys that you went to seek are found. And now your father has ceased to care about the donkeys and is anxious about you, saying, What shall I do about my sons? Then you shall go from there farther and come to the oak of Tabor. 3 men going up to the God at Bethel will meet you there, one carrying 3 young goats, another carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a skin of wine. And they will greet you and give you 2 loaves of bread, which you shall accept from their land. After that, you shall come to Gibbeth Elohim, where there is a garrison of the Philistines. And there, as soon as you come to the city, you will meet a group of prophets coming down from the high place with harp, tambourine, flute, a lyre before them, prophesying. Then the Spirit of the Lord will rush upon you, and you will prophesy with them and be turned into another man. Now, when these signs meet you, do what your hand finds to do, for God is with you. Then go down before me to Gilgal. And behold, I am coming down to you to offer burnt offerings and to sacrifice peace offerings. 7 days you shall wait until I come to you and show you what you shall do. Then he turned his back to leave Samuel. God gave him another heart. And all these signs came to pass that day. When they came to Gibeah, behold, a group of prophets met them, and the Spirit of God rushed upon him. And he prophesied among them. And when all who knew him previously saw how he prophesied with the prophets, the people said to one another, What has come over the son of Kish? Is Saul also among the prophets? And a man of the place answered, And who is their father? Therefore it became a proverb, Is Saul also among the prophets? When he had finished prophesying, he came to the high place. Saul's uncle said to him and to his servant, Where did you go? And he said, To seek the donkeys. And when we saw that they were not to be found, we went to Samuel. And Saul's uncle said, "Please tell me what Samuel said to you." And Saul said to his uncle, "He told us plainly that the donkeys had been found, but about the matter of the kingdom of which Samuel had spoken, he did not tell him anything." Now Samuel called the people together to the Lord at Mizpah, and he said to the people of Israel, Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, I brought up Israel out of Egypt, and I delivered you from the hand of the Egyptians and from the hand of all the kingdoms that were oppressing you. But today you have rejected your God. You've rejected your God who saves you from all your calamities and your distresses. and you have said to him, set a king over us. Now, therefore, present yourselves before the Lord by your tribes and by your thousands. Then Samuel brought all the tribes of Israel near, and the tribe of Benjamin was taken by lot. He brought the tribe of Benjamin near by its clans, and the clan of the Matrites was taken by lot. Saul, the son of Kish, was taken by lot. But when they sought him, he could not be found. So they inquired again of the Lord, Is there a man still to come? And the Lord said, Behold, he has hidden himself among the baggage. Then they ran and took him from there. And when he stood among the people, he was taller than any of the people from his shoulders upward. And Samuel said to all the people, Do you see him whom the Lord has chosen? There is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted, Long live the king. And Samuel told the people the rights and duties of kingship, and he wrote them in a book and laid it up before the Lord. Then Samuel sent all the people away, each one to his home. Saul also went to his home at Gibeah, and with him went men of valor whose hearts God had touched. But some worthless fellows said, How can this man save us? And they despised him and brought him no present, but he held his peace.
All right. Awesome. And thank you for taking over for me. Just for that, I'll do the names next time that you have to read them. Yeah, technical difficulties. Yeah, all of a sudden my mouse or keyboard didn't work.
Lost connections.
Yep.
Conductivity. What's going on here?
Yep. All the Bluetooth stuff shut off.
How convenient. How convenient.
Yeah. It was. It was. All right. So let's go back to Samuel chapter 9. And that, so here we have the introduction of the dude that the Israelites want as king.
Dude.
This tall, strapping young man that's head and shoulders above everyone else. Big, tall, muscular dude.
Yeah.
That's our leader.
It did kind of make me think. I'm like, did you like? I mean, given everything with the Giants,
Yep.
Why you go that route? I mean, why not like more like the Robin Hood setup where Little John's kind of Anyway, it doesn't. I just.
Yeah.
I prefer the short man to be the main event. But I'm biased.
The man of the hour. Well, I was thinking about that too, because it says, let's see. When God starts talking to Saul, he says, what is it? Oh, he's basically saying this is the man that's going to deliver them from the Philistines, I think.
Mm-hmm. 15, 16.
Yeah, 15, 16. Exactly. Yeah. Captain over my people Israel, that he may, I don't know how yours is worded. He may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines.
He shall.
He shall. And that, but it's kind of interesting because it seems like the person that does the delivering out of the hand of the Philistines is David. As we get to that. Okay. Spoiler alert.
All right.
Okay. That. I wonder if may is the better translation there. Like may possibly deliver them out of the hands of the Philistines. Excuse me.
Well, I heard this guy talking about, I think it was Taylor Welch. He was talking to someone about the verse in Revelation where Jesus talks about no one knows the day or the hour of the coming of the Son of Man. And he was given the theory that it possibly changes based on our obedience to God. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
I may agree with that.
Right. So in this instance, God's like, I'm putting forth before you a path to deliver my people from the Philistines. And we're all guilty of it, but.
Right. So he puts all of that on Saul, kind of. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Like, there's the opportunities before you, from where you stand in, with me at this moment.
Yeah. See, I can see that, and let me tell you why. Because where Jesus is talking about the days of Noah and the days of Lot, he says, the day that Noah went into the ark, that's when the rain came, and the day that Lot left Sodom, that's when fire rained down. So I can agree with that. I can see that being correct. Not that it is, but I can see it being correct because we're told to come out of Babylon. And once all his people are out is when the destruction is going to come down on Babylon. Is the theory. So don't go getting your panties all bunched up. Of course, you can bunch them if you want to. If it makes you feel better. All right. So pretty interesting. And then they're hunting these donkeys, and the asses they're like, yeah, don't worry, they've already been found. Sam was like, yeah, your donkeys got found, so don't worry about it. So this whole mission was to get him into contact with Samuel.
Right. So,
all right. Any observations?
Well, I was thinking of stuff, but not until it's in chapter 10.
Not until chapter 10. Yeah. I have to tell the truth. I wasn't paying attention for most of chapter 10 because I was panicking. Yep. Reminds me of the good old days, remember? We'd be watching TV on the rabbit ears, and all of a sudden, TV station would pop up that thing. Sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
At least they get rid of the weird ding. Now they just interject it right into your ears.
Yeah.
Tinnitus, right? Just put it back on the TV. I can turn the TV off.
Yeah, you can't turn your ears off.
Right.
The strange thing about that constant ear ringing, I was thinking about this earlier, is it seems to allow you, or at least me, to hear other things. It's like, what's that new noise? What is that?
Right.
Huh. Okay. So they do a sacrifice, and it's kind of interesting. They have this meal. Did I miss the anointing? Has he done that yet? I don't think he's done that yet.
That's in 10. Beginning of 10.
Okay, let's go to 10 then.
Yeah.
All right. Chapter 10 of 1 Samuel.
Continue. This is verse 1. What was your thought?
Yeah. Okay. There it is. Very interesting. So, is this what you were talking about? His anointing?
Well, yeah, that's it. Right. After you just said it. Well, I mean, what I was going to say was it's just a mighty specific prophecy versus other people that I don't know. It's just he's going to come across three people. One's got 3 goats, the other one's got 3 loaves, and one's got a flask of wine, but he's going to give you this is really, really specific. That makes
Right.
it makes it a little easier to be like, okay, I'm looking for 3 dudes with 3 specific things that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is pretty interesting the way that happened. Oh, goodness.
We can hear you.
Sorry.
You're good. Just messing with you. Yeah, they're also saying to be like a traveling band. Harp, tambourine, flute, and a lyre. 3 dudes with 4 instruments.
Right. So one of them's kind of like a one-man support section, one-man rhythm section.
Right.
Big toe on the bass drum. All right. So this, that is a very specific, yeah, the Great Donkey Hunt. Yeah. Let's see.
What was it? Was it an excuse?
Was what the excuse?
To look for the animals.
I think that was the method used to get him out of Benjamin, out of the land of Benjamin, to where Samuel was.
Yeah, you ever had one of those situations where you're trying to be obedient to God, like you heard something and nothing is working with what you're trying to do, and it gets frustrating until it leads into, you know what I mean? I imagine it was like that. Especially when you're looking for something you can't find. I don't have much patience. Oh, I'd be so annoyed the whole time. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. That. So they're by Rachel Sepulcher, her burial site. And yeah, it is real specific. So he's anointed as king now. And yeah, that's also very specific. Company of prophets.
Right.
And yep, with the psaltery, which is like isn't that a little like a dulcimer type thing?
I don't know what either one of those words mean.
Okay, that. Let me see if I can find it. That. Yeah, it's like an auto harp without the pedals, sort of thing. Now we're. What the heck's an auto harp? It's a thing they gave you in elementary school. An elementary school band, where you push it down and it makes different chords on the thing. Okay. It's interesting that he's also told that the Spirit of the Lord is going to come upon you and you're going to prophesy with them.
Right. The people thought him a prophet first.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. And this is kind of the same, isn't he the son of Kish?
Right.
Why? And he's among the prophets? What's going on with that? Yep. And so he's announcing to his uncle too, what happened. Well, they said, he told us about the coming of the kingdom, right? The matter of the kingdom. And then Samuel lays into him, proclaiming him king, proclaiming Saul king. And that's pretty big. Right there. So what was that like? Can you imagine that? They're all, we want a king. Well, the king's going to take all your stuff from you, right? Going to take your horses and your daughters and your first fruits and your sons. And they're like, we still want a king. And they're like, okay, here he is. And they're like, yay. Here's the guy that's going to take everything from us and make our lives miserable.
Well, I think it's more like a lottery.
More like a lottery?
I mean, I'm not exactly sure how lots work, but it's like, you know what I mean? Drawing the name out of a hat, right?
Right. Well, it kind of seems what it's like in that, but it's interesting because it says it gave, God gave them exactly what they wanted, a big, tall, strapping, handsome dude, man. That's pretty tall, head and shoulders above everybody else. Which, if you listen to the paleontologist, that means he was probably like 5'10". Yeah.
5'9".
5'9". Yeah. Yeah, we don't know. It's just a guess.
Why do you hide in the baggage?
In what verse?
22.
In that.
Because I mean, like he announces that
Right.
it's Saul, and then they find him.
Yeah, this says, "Behold, he has hid himself among the stuff." So basically, where he's like hiding in the shed or something, hiding in the garage. Sorry, that's garage for all you Americans. That was just for you, Gwen. Yeah.
I was thinking Minnesota, but
Right. Well, that's like southern Canada. Yeah. So that is pretty interesting. Go ahead.
No, I don't know. Maybe he was struggling. He just had this because he keeps saying the Spirit's going to come upon you. So he prophesied among some prophets, right?
Yeah, up
then
there.
Then they go to draw lots, and he's chosen. Maybe he's like, just need a minute. Yeah.
Yep, and he's humble about it at the beginning. Who am I? I'm from the smallest tribe, from the the family that's the least in the smallest tribe. You're choosing me as king, right? This is kind of like J.D. Vance, but back then. Except J.D. Vance isn't king yet.
I imagine that would be stressful. I don't even know what millage is.
What is?
Millage is something that they vote for, and I don't know how that works. City council, that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. That is real interesting in that. So as this goes on, right? There's none among him, there's none like him among all the people. And then here we go, right? God save the king. Where have we heard that? That's what all those immigrants to England are yelling. God save the king. King George. May Allah bless you.
Are they?
What?
Just don't know a lot about it.
It's interesting. Back in the early 2000s, I think, that one of the titles for the monarch of England, of the United Kingdom, was Protector of the Faith, and they changed that for Queen Elizabeth to Protector of Faith, not the faith, but faith. And then now you got King Chuck. That's right, Chucky. I said Chuck. King Chuck. He is supposedly converting over to Islam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you haven't seen him doing all the prayers and everything with the little Muslim skull cap.
No, I don't.
The prayer rugs and everything.
I don't have cable, nope.
My question is, does he have bearers for his prayer rug? He's like, and then they run out and throw out his little prayer carpet.
Awesome.
His bejeweled, his jewel encrusted prayer rug.
I had no idea. That's interesting.
Andy, I would think that too, right? I don't like the King Saul thing, but I would have voted for God to be the Lord King. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And but here's the thing: how many people are saying that? Not directing this at you, Andy, but how many people say that in one breath, and then in the next breath they're like, "I'm voting for Trump." Isn't that the same king? Same thing. I want a king over me. Or whoever, right? Biden, Kennedy. I was going to say Harris, but I think that's a lie. I don't think anybody really wanted to vote for her. Now we know why this video is getting taken down. Can't come against the chosen. All right. So they found him among the stuff, and then they fetch him. He's still taller than anybody around there. Yeah. Now, what about this last verse? We got the children of Belial, right? Which is, what was that? The children of Belial is
the worthless fellows. Is that what you?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Verse 27, if you.
That without profit, worthlessness, wickedness, destruction. So basically, not very good people. And isn't this the same thing that they were like saying about Jesus, about Yeshua? How shall this man save us? And they despised him and brought him no presents, but he held his peace. That is all, oh, sure. Oh, well, you know what? He's doing miracles on the Sabbath. Sinner. Filthy sinner. Yep. Yeah, exactly. The rug bearers. Maybe that's what they mean by rolling out the red carpet. I don't know. All right, you got anything else for Samuel chapter 10?
That's probably your Harris supporters right there.
Maybe. So that I'm just cheating and looking ahead here.
We're not there yet, Andy. We're not there.
Yep, we're getting there. We are getting there. Slowly but surely. All right. Okay. Nobody has anything? Got anything else you've been pondering?
Something I was thinking. Well, I'm lost at it. I'd have to read both chapters again.
Okay. But you can just spit it out, man. Spit it out.
Well, I was thinking it was one of the words, and I know I'm reading a different translation, but the one that you were saying, he went somewhere, each one of these cities and everything. I really think, I mean, if you look at the state of at least architecture, the way we used to build things versus now, we're definitely devolving. We have beautiful technology and all this stuff that connects us, even though it makes us more separate. But it's just like, I just can't help have the thought in the back of my mind that they were more connected to the earth. So of course they have sheep and donkeys and all that. But I think like some of these cities must have been absolutely gorgeous. Like, I don't think it was just a mud wall, you know, and when they go up to a high place, it just, I don't know. I keep having these thoughts of like, when you see those depictions in Lord of the Rings or something like that, these beautiful places, I'm like, I just wonder if that's really what it was like. But that's
Yeah, I think there was a lot more. Just look at the past 150 years, right?
right.
I had this discussion before with Matt, talking about if you look at machine tools that were made very early 1900s, they all had like scroll work, you know, and
Doorknobs, beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Doorknobs would be like have a seashell emblazoned on it or something.
Yeah.
Or there would be like flowers scrolled around it.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they really made, nothing was worth making unless they were making a beautiful piece of artwork, But I think that, in my opinion, that's the whole thing of Satan setting everything up. Let's make everything ugly. Everything, it's got to be concrete slabs and cinder block and dull, drab, gray. Look at automobile emblems that they had on the cars in the 1920s compared to now. Now everything's just like a black, real vague.
Mm-hmm.
It's GMC or Kia,
right?
And stuff. Back then, Packard, you had like this big cursive Packard with this, angel flying along at the front of the hood, type of stuff.
But how much easier does it make your Antichrist to be impressive if he's answering with like, if just the stuff you forgot about? You know what I mean? you think it was a renaissance almost, if you'd never seen any of that stuff.
There was something a while back about the Dodge Brothers emblem. It's pretty interesting if you want to go down that rabbit hole. It's pretty interesting to go look at that story, because Ford, they sued, one of the corporations sued because what they were trying to do was they were trying to make things better for their employees, and then Dodge sued them. And or there was a lawsuit over corporations and how they operate. It's a kind of an interesting thing. And the Dodge symbol was a Star of David.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen that or heard about that, but there's an interesting story behind that. In the time, like 1904 to 1914.
Yep. That's something else too. That, at the beginning of World War II, most of the armies in the world were still using, horse-drawn, draft horses to pull cannons and stuff. And that was how Germany was able to invade across the Ardennes forest. They said, oh, it's impassable. And they just booked through with all this mechanized stuff, but they still had like all the logistics, supply wagons and everything by by horse-drawn means. And when they got into France, they got a whole bunch of like pickup trucks and stuff made by Dodge and Ford. And they were like, woohoo, now we're totally mechanized. Look at that. Hey, this stuff's reliable for back then. It starts every time, and if not, you can push start it.
No, there was no check engine light. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for reading, Landon. Thank you for picking up the slack for this stupid Apple product. Okay, that's right. I said it. Thanks for reading, Kelly. Appreciate it. Everybody, thanks for coming, hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and shout out to the Pacific Northwest where people are tuning in. You can feel free to join us anytime. Give us your input. All right, everybody. It's been awesome, but it's time to rest. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.